So what is life is always about doing life in a normal way, you could say, in when there's someone there and when there's somebody there's a feeling of I'm here and I have a life and I live in the world with other people, then, and everything is very real, then everything is about doing. Everything is about doing or not doing. What can I do? What do I have to do? What's the best way? It's always about doing. And the funny thing is, the strange thing is, there's also another possibility. And when there's living your life, it's not even questioned that it's the only way is doing something or thinking about doing something or not doing or about best of life or best way of eating food or responsibility. And this is talking about something else, about another possibility. And you can't say what that other possibility is. That's the strange thing. It's not about doing, it's not about not doing. It's about, you could say there is no one. But there's no one. It's also, in a way, it's abstract. I can remember that. I couldn't understand what means there's no one. Normally, when there's talking about there's no one, there's talking about there's no ego, or there's trying to get rid of the ego, get rid of all those old manners, old pain, maybe all those things for troubling your life and wanting to have it more easy. And when something is heard like this message, a lot of people hear it like, oh, that should be the solution, but not having a me and having a better life where there are no problems, maybe no responsibility. Always something, looking for something and trying to hear what you can take away and do something with that, or think about that, or long for that. So there's also a longing for maybe no problems anymore, for much more easy life. Life is just going like that, or accepting everything. So most of the time, and it's just going like that. It's like it's heard like, what can I do with something that it's said by Rose or by somebody else? It's always trying to understand. They're trying to get an insight, make things more clear. So hearing something that maybe make a change in your life, it's always about something like that. And there can be also a lot of disappointment when that is not happening. When there's no change, there seems to be no change. There seems to be nothing going on about something, a better life, or much going on with getting along with pain much more easy or something like that. And that's also the disappointment, because when there's this meeting, this meeting has no point at all. It's not giving anything. And the normal way of meetings and going to someone is like trying to get something, to make your life work in a better way, or have more luck, more joy, something like that. This is about everything. There's nothing that's wrong. There's nothing that's right. It's just what it is. It's very simple. It's just what it is. But when there's someone, there's always trying to have a meaning, to make something of it, to do something with it. Because when there's someone, there's a feeling of there's something wrong, there's something missing, there's a distance. There's distance. So there's looking for being one. or there's it feels locked into something or into your body or something like that. So there's looking for freedom. And everyone has maybe some different goals for looking for freedom, or looking for one, or looking for happiness or something like that. But it's always looking in the story of me looking with other people. So it seems like looking for happiness is trying to find another person who can live with you and give something, or maybe children. Or when there's freedom, it has to be like, oh, I have to have my own choice. No, I want to have the choice of wearing a mask on my face. So that seems to be the freedom. This is not talking about that kind of freedom or that kind of happiness. This is not about happiness. This is not about having choices. This is about there is no choice. There is no one. There is already no one. There's no one. There's no individual inside this body. This body isn't real. It seems to be real, and it's apparently real. It's seen like there's a body, but there's nothing in it. It's just that what is seen, that's it. And for me, that seems very strange because it's so convincing that there's a body, it's solid, there's somebody inside, and there's a choice. And even when this is heard for a long time, can be very subtle, still a feeling of trying to get rid of the me or trying to do something. It's so embodied. And that's also that it's talking in the story, like it's embodied, like it's not only in the mind that there's something going on, but that feeling of there's a me, of I am here, and there's a world, and everything is solid. It's so embodied, and so in that sense, experience seems to be confirming that really everything is solid. So when everything is solid, it's also threatening, because then you are there's a distance, and then there's another person, or there are circumstances who seem really, really real. So that can be very threatening, because then there seems to be, I have to survive in this world, or I have to look for something to make my life more happy, or make my life work, or behave in a certain way so I'm safe, or I can be more relaxed. So it's always about doing, in that sense. That seems the only way to have some more relaxation, or to feel more free, or to feel in a more joyful way. And this is about talking, this is it. This is it. That means it's already what is happening. So there's nothing wrong, there's nothing right. It's just what it is. And it can be pain, it can be drinking coffee, moving the hand. It's very simple and very literally, without any meaning at all. Nothing has any meaning. We are so used to give meaning to anything. It's not even feeling that it's giving meaning. It's just everything has a meaning, or as everything has a name, or feelings already have a name. When there's a feeling, maybe it's not even known what it is, and it's not even known why it is there. It's just there. And it's not needed to know why there's a feeling like that, because that feeling is just it. There's nothing wrong with feeling, or nothing wrong with doing also. It's just what is happening. And it's not happening by someone, because that's so convincing, like you do it or somebody else is doing it. It's just life. It's just life happening in a certain way, chaotic way most of the time, not logical. We're looking for some logic, for some understanding. Why is this happening, and what can I do about it? And when that's happening, that's just thoughts happening without any meaning. So that's the simplicity. There's nothing wrong. There's no need to change anything. That's the unconditional love too. That life is just unconditional love. But it's not the love that we are used to, like loving another person or romantic love. It's the unconditional love. So there's nothing trying to change anything. There's nothing wrong. And it's not saying something about accepting something, accepting the pain or accepting how your partner is or something like that. This is not about accepting. Then there's need to be someone. And it seems to be that I can accept another person. This is not about accepting. It's just what it is. And it can be anything. There's no need for change. Change can happen, but what is happening is it. It's already complete. That's the joy. There's nothing needed. It's just what it is. It can be praying or feeling like this or no energy or walking in the garden. It's just what is. And it's apparent. Everything is apparent. And that's also, it's something that you can't understand. So that's what's troubling me sometimes, that we are wanting to understand what's going on, what is said. And when it's not understood, that does something. But it's just what it is. It's just not real. It's just apparently real. Everything is just energy. It's just energy moving around, and by light it seems there are bodies and circumstances. But by the brain, we are so capable of making something of it, and seems to be really circumstances, and it's happening to you. And everything seems to happen to you. So me is the most important person of the world. It's the most important one. Everything is about me or you. So it seems like when there's talking about there is no me, that can be a relief, but it's also a threat. Because that's the most important thing. That's what your life is about, to make you happy or to make your life work. When there's no one, what's left? There's nothing left. This is about death also. But not death like, oh my God, it's death. But it's just death. There's nothing going on. There's just what is. And it's always new. That's it. It's very simple, very ordinary also. It's not special. It has nothing has any meaning, but it won't say that you can talk in the story. Talking in the story can happen also. It's just what's going on by no one already. Okay, so if you want to say something about this, or ask or share, please do.
Hi, Rose. Here is it.
Hi.
I have a question about the body, because all the senses, hearing, seeing, is depending on something of the body, of an ear or of an eye.
One moment. I don't hear you. I don't think those things working. One moment,
Okay.
because I don't hear you. Okay, another one. There's some other ones. Maybe they're. I hope this is working.
Yes.
Yeah. Say it again, please.
Better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I'm with laptop and I don't know. Yeah, it's not perfect. Uh, yes, my question was about the body. Because all the senses, like seeing, hearing, something, depends of the body. Also, we need eyes to see, we need ears to hear, and so yeah. My question is when there is nobody, all things don't happen, or all these senses can't work. Or
It happened by itself, yeah. But
when you say, oh, it's just what's happening, but this happening depends of seeing, hearing, hear something.
but hearing is just what is happening. It's just we think it's I am hearing it or you are hearing it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just hearing a sound somewhere. You don't even, maybe sometimes you don't even know where it is. And seeing something is just seeing. And we are so capable of thinking, oh, this is, I see it with my eyes. I think even maybe it's more seeing with the brain in the story, but it's just seeing. But we are so used to use to cause and effect that that's happening. If you see it, you see it with your eyes, and with my eyes, and it's already a little story with that. It's just seeing a face.
Mm.
That's it.
And seeing isn't conditioned with the
And
eye.
it's by no one. It's already seen by no one. Or is that your question? Or?
Now my question is that this sense depends of the body, something of the body. Or we need a body, we need an organ, or an organ uh, to see and to hear. It's not happening itself. We need for that the body. So that's my question. It's depending of
I can't hear you very well. That I hear your question. Is I repeat it. What I hear is that there seems to be organs or things happening in the body, or is that what you're asking?
yes. And
That's yeah.
for me, seeing and hearing isn't only a happening, it's depending of the body, of something of the body, of an eye,
Yeah,
and so it's not
yeah,
uh, something that happens itself only. Also, my,
yeah. But
my
that's
view.
what we normally think, that there's a body and there's something inside, and there are organs and there are eyes and there are ears,
Yeah.
and that's why we hear something.
Mhm. So it
It,
seems
what
conditioned.
I see, it's different.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
there's just hearing,
Mm.
and it's not I'm not saying it's not by your ears or something like that, because I can understand, but it's just hearing, and it doesn't matter where it's done by, or because we are so like it's
Yeah.
just what is happening. So there's, how can you say, it's just not need to hear anything. That's what's happening. That's everything. That's more what is said.
Mhm.
So there can be hearing, or maybe there's not, because we are thinking, oh, the ears are damaged, so there's no hearing. It doesn't matter. It matters for when there's somebody, because then you feel like, oh, I can't hear. But in the same time, it's complete. Yeah,
Mhm.
because we are so into the story, like there's a body and I'm in that body and I'm living my life, and everything seems to be real, but nothing is real. That's very strange, that even the body, you think when I'm sitting here, and then my partner is in another room, she's still there. No, there is no partner. There is no body. It's not there's that the body, this body is always there. That's what we are used to think. It's just what is seen. So there's maybe seen a face. That's everything. So there's no Rose. There's just that face. What is seen. There's nothing inside. Everything is empty.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like, oh, we're so used to make an image of, or that there's something inside, there's Rose, and you only see a part of that body. No, there's only that face. That's it. It's too literally fact, because we are so used to fill it in by what we know in some way. And it doesn't need, if it's filled in, then that's happening, that doesn't matter. But this is talking about something like, oh, that it's just crazy that there's just that face, and we are so convinced, and it's so normal to fill in that there's Rose and she has a certain character and she does something. There's no Rose. It's just that face.
Yeah.
Maybe hands. Nothing is going on.
Then all is together. So somehow it's not a something that is depending of another something. It's
Sorry?
it's all together always. All appearance together, not a single appearance that depends of another thing. It's always all together, something like that.
I don't understand what you're saying.
So you are saying that all things, how I understand, is that you are saying that all things are together, not a single thing like an eye and then a face and a scene. That all this happens together.
Yeah, I don't know. They are seeing eyes. I see eyes. Just but that's it. And we are giving function to something or to make something extra with it. But it's just one energy, you could say, and there seems to be all different colors and shapes and bodies, but there's nothing inside. And it's just, then there's that body, and then there's walking, and we think, oh, I'm here and there's somebody else here, and when I'm walking to another room, it's still there. Or when I'm not seeing my body, it's still there, but it isn't. But you can't understand. It's not this, but it's so convincing that we are thinking everything is there and it's solid and it's always there. That gives something like I exist and I have a body and I have to do something about it. That's me having something. And this message is about there's nothing going on. There's no one existing. There's even not a real body. So that everything, all that doesn't seem like belief, because that's so normal to think that, or to it's not even thinking that, it's just like that, it's the truth. And then there's hearing this message like, oh, it's not even real, but it's just, it wasn't even a question if it's real or not real. And everything is the same energy. It's different. It's also different, of course, because there's this color and this movement and here feelings and sounds, but it's just one.
Then for you,
This is not, you can't understand that. This is about something else. Yeah, go on.
But then for you, there is no sense of being, of existence. That for me, I have the feeling that something is here, something exists, or here is an existence.
There is what you say?
Also for me, the feeling is here is a being. There is something.
Here's a feeling, yeah.
That something is existing. That something is here.
Yeah.
For you, that's not like that.
There can be a feeling, sure, but it's not my feeling. It's just feeling, and it's not even in the body. It's so convincing. We are so raised by that when there are feelings, it's in the body. So it seems very normal to just not even question it. But this is questioned. It's just like the feeling is happening in space. It's not even, when there's a feeling, it's not even known where it is. It's just somewhere. It doesn't matter because there's no one. So it doesn't matter where it comes from. Doesn't matter how it feels. There's no need to do something with it. So there's no meaning of a feeling. There's just feeling somewhere. Not even known maybe what it is. It can be feeling, pain or sadness or anything. But it's not my feeling. That's what me does, that everything is owned. That gives something like a feeling of existing and continuity, something that we continue. Because that's also the fear, that when this message is heard, it's like, oh, it's not like, oh, I'm always there. Then that's whoa, that's not, I'm not always there. What, that's a threat, can be a threat, because that so gives a feeling of, no, yeah, solid or steady, or then maybe there's something going on like, oh, it's not, I'm not always there. And for normal, it's like you are the most, it's always about you, like you having a life, or how you relate, or how you or me. And then suddenly there's something like, oh, it's just feeling without any meaning, or it's also without any reason. There's nothing in your hands anymore. Nothing to do. It sounds, in a way, it sounds very free, but in a way it sounds also like, oh my God, but I don't know if I want this. That's the freedom. There's just feeling for no one. So what? Nothing needs to change. And nothing needs to change. That's the unconditional love. It's just what it is. There's feeling or hearing without anything doing with it, or making something of it. It's just what it is.
Okay.
Strange.
Yeah, for me it's striking.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. There's somebody saying, I can't stand some behavior of some people. Yeah, there can be a feeling. Yeah, then that's the feeling, what's happening. Like, irritation. No, it can be irritation. And maybe they're saying something or not saying something. That's it. This is not about getting a better life. There's nothing denying anything. It's just what it is. Irritation. are we the spectator of life? Now, when there's someone, there is a spectator. There's someone who's looking at yourself and always busy with what is the best way, or oh, I have done this. What should I do? I hate when he does that, or all those thoughts going on about, and then trying to make it better, or trying to work it out, or something like that. When there's no me, that's not going on anymore. There's no consciousness, there's no awareness, something. There's no one looking at yourself. It's just not there. It's not even when it's gone, it's not there, it's not even noticed. That's strange. I remember in the beginning, it wasn't even noticed that wasn't happening anymore. It's just not there. And the funny thing is, I was so used to looking at myself, and when there's a feeling, trying to think about what is it then, what is the relation maybe with the past, or with my mother, or something going on, like to work it out and to process something like that. The funny thing is, I have a friend who does it, and who finds that I have to do it too. And I was trying, but it doesn't work anymore. I can't. It's very strange that I just forget that it was there. But then when she asked me, and I was trying, like, and then I have to look at myself, and then after some seconds, I don't know how to do it. That's strange. So it's not a different way of doing things. It's just not there anymore. It's just, this is about loss. And that awareness, that's part of the me, is like a tool that you think, with that I can make my life work, or think about things, or make it better. And the funny thing is, it's not needed. It's not wrong. Then you can do that if that's the belief that's going on. But it doesn't have any how you say it has no power. It seems that you do it, but it's just done. It's much more easy. Well, it's done by itself. So there's no one doing that. It's not my choice, or that I did that, or I produced that. It's just like that's happening. So that's very easy. No one is looking to no one. Yeah. But no one is not. That's what so many things is like. No one is also someone like no one. Now it's not, it's really, no, there is nothing, it's just empty. But it doesn't matter. It's just going to the shop happens, or giving money to paying my bill, or some, it's just happen, or maybe it doesn't, I don't know, but it's the same. There's nothing different. The only difference is that there's not a thinking about that I'm doing it, or have to do it, or something like that. But it's just the same, of course. And somebody says, there's always looking. There's looking, just with the eyes, maybe. That there can be a cupboard or hands, but the looking at yourself and thinking about yourself, what's going on, that's not there. Yeah, I don't know how it happens or why. It's just not there. It's just a loss of that. And then it's very obvious that it wasn't needed. Wow, it's just, it doesn't matter. There's no need for looking at yourself or trying to make something happen. It's not wrong, and when that's happening, so what? But there's no need for that. That's very strange, because we're thinking that's the most important thing there is. There's also somebody that says, from unconditional love, it seems like I have to accept somebody. Yeah, that's the way of looking to unconditional love. Well, this is not about acceptance. Unconditional love is just everything. There's no need to accept. Accept is that's something you do. You can't make an image of unconditional love. We try to understand what unconditional love is, and then we think, oh, it's like accepting everything. No, there can be something like, oh, I don't like that. Why not? Or irritation, or anger, or anything, just what comes. It's not about accepting. No. There is no one. So that trying to accept is like making something happen. There is no one. So what's going on is already it. It's already what's going on. And when that's like irritation, then that's it. Then that's what's happening. It's so simple. It's just what it is. And we are so used that we have to behave in a certain way. That's so embodied and so normal. When there's certain behavior, then that's that behavior. That's what's happening. That's not your thing or what you do. It's just life in that way. Without any reason. You think there's reason and consequences. That's the story. You're so into the story of before and after and why and things. This is completely out of the story. And that's, you can't make an image of it. You can't also say what it is, of how this living is happening from. That's no. I can't say anything about that. It's just always new. It's just what is going on. It's just what's happening. So that's the only thing you can say. But that's already the case everywhere. So no need for this or hearing this or talking about this. But it seems to happen. Okay, then it seems to happen.
Er heeft iemand een hand opgestoken, Roos.
Oh, please go. If you want to say something, please unmute yourself, because I don't see that. And it's
hi, Rose.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
I'm good.
I want to ask you, when you spoke about that, if you have some reaction, no? So it's not your choice.
If I have a reaction?
If, for example, me have some reaction for some situation, so it's not no one choice.
No.
Yeah? All reaction are just spontaneous.
The reaction, but it's seen like a reaction, but it's just what's happening.
Yeah, it's just what's happening.
Just,
but no one choose it.
Or...
Yeah,
sorry?
but no one choose it.
No one. No choice.
Yeah.
No,
and when
no choice.
And when the other body reject, and when another, maybe I have bad connection here, and when another body reject, or how to say, for your rejection,
that says that I'm wrong or something, or I'm
yeah, for example, yes. So it's not the choice either.
No, that's just life.
Yeah.
And then, and then you look at it. We are so used to look at it and think, oh, you say that, and I feel rejected, or I feel anything, and we have to talk about it, or no, whatever.
Yeah.
that can be there, or, but yeah, but it's not a way of living this.
I know.
And we are so used that we're looking for something to understand how we can go on with that. And this is, you can't, it's not like, oh, I'm accepting that that person is like that. It's not like, oh, there's no one, so I'm not feeling there's no feeling rejection or something like that. No, that, I don't know, maybe there can be a certain feeling when somebody says that there's a feeling, it can be there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're talking about that, I don't know. Anything can happen. It's just normal. And still it's different. And yet it's also different. That's very strange. I can't tell what it is. What's the difference? It's just what's going on. It's already that, but there's nothing going on like picking it up or making something else of it. I can't. It's not that it's like, oh, that's what I have to do. It's just what's not happening. It's just, I don't know why. It's just not happening. So this just describing how it goes, but is it not a better way or something like that?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Hi. This morning,
Yeah.
I killed a small fly.
Okay.
It was in my house.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I thought, I could think that I'm a vulnerable person, and this fly was a vulnerable being, and I could share our vulnerability and respect this fly. Or I could think, I know there's a type of non-duality that in the non-dual circuit that says we share infinite consciousness, and so the infinite consciousness here and the infinite, it's the same infinite consciousness, and I would respect the fly, and I would feel that somehow I could, by going into this, I would feel this love for this fly who shares the same being as myself. But what's said here is that no, now it's just a memory thought that this fly was killed, but it just happened, and that's it. No, and also that it's infinite. Unconditional love. That the killing of this little fly, which obviously in normal terms it didn't have to happen, but it did. I suppose it annoyed me. I don't know. It was just darting about on the wall, and it was easy to kill it. It was a tiny little thing. So it wasn't like it was a cat or a dog.
That should be awful.
Yeah. So I've presented 3 different type of stories to do with this fly. What actually kind of did happen, and then these 2 other things. And I never hear, apart from this. So this one of the scenarios that I said was about this infinite consciousness that we share the same thing, and I know that this message is that it doesn't exist. There's no consciousness. But then the other thing, you know, the second one was that we're both vulnerable beings, and I could respect the vulnerability of this other being, and just the same as I'm also vulnerable. I could have a heart attack or something terrible could happen, and for that reason, I could respect the being of this other thing. So, anyway,
yeah. But when there's someone, when there's feeling I'm here, then there's also seeing that other things or animals or people are also really there and exist and are solid. And then the story starts about how to behave in that story, about where we are all together there and things like that. And that, yeah, that's a different, that's something else is what I'm talking about, because I don't see a story. I can see that there can be a story, but there is no story. That's only when there's someone, then there's that story about how to behave or how to deal with.
yes,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, I see that.
That's what's happening, and there's no, it's not real, so it's an apparent. That's also strange, but it doesn't mean that you say, oh, I can walk around and do anything I want because there is no one. It's just what's happening, and it seems to happen because there's no past. So when you talk about that, it's not, it's only this, it's only what there is. There's no past. So we're so used to think about what's going on and then start thinking about what did I do and how is it called and what is the best thing, or it's just, it seemed to happen and it's even not real. So that's the crazy thing of this message. It's not about this is better or that is better. It's just what's happening and that's it. And it's not even happening. That's also very strange. But if you don't see that, it doesn't matter. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is right either. It can't be wrong or right. It's just life.
Is what happened unconditional love?
Yeah, it can't be different. It's everything.
Right.
It's everything. It's not like, oh, certain behavior is better than other behavior. That's the story of me.
Yeah.
There's no better and worse. That's the problems, or that's the suffering. That there's some behavior that's better than, and we some people are very good in making stories about that. That sounds very like, oh, we have to respect everything, or we are one, so you da 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 da. That seems like a very convincing, nice story, because we don't want to be hurt either. And that's the other side, of course.
Yeah.
And we can't. It's just a story. And there's just what is happening, and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course not. It's just what's happening. And unconditional love has nothing to do with respect or love or all that. It's everything. It's just everything. That's the unconditional part.
So it's not even about being decent.
No.
No.
Of course not.
Right.
There's no one.
'Cause
So
I'm
it's
sure-
just that so much going on about what good behavior in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's always like, oh, I have to behave like this, and this is wrong in a certain way. We don't say wrong, but there's some other words about that. But that's always like, and it's just what it is, without any reason or meaning, but it's just what it is. Oh, that's the freedom. But there's something going on. When there's a me, there's always some looking at it and feeling that there's distance. There's some distance, something missing, maybe something wrong. So there's looking for how to make it right, something like that. And that can be in behavior, or making a good story and behaving like that, or anything. There's so many different ways. And it seems like it can't hear that it's just everything already. Nothing wrong, nothing right, no need to think about it or anything. It's just what it is. And when they're thinking about it, then that's it. Nothing is wrong. Wow.
So no guilt.
No. That's, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
I'll look for my gun now.
Yeah, you can kill everybody you want to.
Okay.
No, of course.
First the flies.
There's that.
Okay.
But there's no one. The funny thing is, we can say, because some people saying that, it's as if you have a choice. God, no, of course not. It's just what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You can't choose not to kill or to kill. That's no choice. Okay. Okay, there's a chat. No one is looking to no one and then not, and then walking and then not, and then looking and then cookie, and then in the story. In the story, it's always like, yeah, there's always looking, there's always looking at this awareness, or looking at yourself, or looking what's going on. There's always two, somewhere in some way. That's the feeling of missing, that there's something, and some people are not, they're not feeling that, and some people are more sensible to that, so they have something like, there's something going on, and it's not about in the, maybe it's not in the story, maybe there's something else, but what is it? So this is so different, like it's out of the story, and there's no consciousness. When there's someone, consciousness and being someone is one thing. It's part of the me, consciousness of awareness. I don't know the difference. Awareness is part of the story. It's part of the me. It's the tool of the me, trying to make it better with thoughts and things like that. Because when there's a feeling of missing or separation, you could say, then there's also a search for wholeness or happiness. And then there's somebody saying, when somebody intimidates me or somebody else, I find that not acceptable. That can be there, that it's not acceptable, but it's just what's happening. It's not that it's good, or I'm not saying it's good, or you don't say anything about it. This is not about how to behave, but you can find anything that can be there, but it's just happening, and there's no escape for what's going on. The me, in the me world, in the story, there's always something going on. What can I do to make it a more better world, or better life, or something like that? So we find a lot of things about something, and we have to do something about it, or you can't do that. This is about just saying how it is, not about how it should be. It's just how it is, and that's describing that. It's not right or wrong, it's just what it is, like pain, or it's not that somebody does something and there's pain, then that's right or that's wrong. It's what it is. It's not a way of life. This is something else. I don't have that vision. Yeah, I find it wrong to say, you can find anything. Yeah. This is just talking about what is, that it's describing what is happening. And there's nothing wrong or right, it's just what is happening. It seems that there's someone there. Or you have to protect yourself, or you have to go. Because when there's someone, it always seems like there's something wrong with myself or in the world or with other persons. So, yeah. Hmm. This is not about wrong or right. This is not about how to live your life or finding something of what's going on in the world or what's going on with somebody else. This is about there is already no one. There is already no one. And that's very strange in a way, because we're so convinced, and it's so normal that you feel that you are someone and you're living your life and everything is solid and real and what's going on. And yet there can be a feeling of, it's about something else. It's looking into the world, in the world, like how to behave or trying to do something about that with yourself or with the world. And there can be also a feeling like, oh, that's going on, but there has to be something else too, maybe. And this is talking about that sense of there's something else. This is nothing is real. And that's so strange, because when we're living in a world, everything seems real and solid, and everything is happening to me, and I have to deal with that, or have to make it better or say something about it. And this is about something completely out of that story. It has nothing to do with denying or a behavior. It's by, that's what's happening, is it? And that can be pain without any reason. It's not seen that there's a reason, that there's time. We're so convinced that there's a before, there's after, so there are consequences. And that we have to deal with that. There's no time. There's just what is. And that what is, it's apparently happening. So it's not real. It's just energy. It seems like very real and solid. And it's just energy. Nothing is real. It's empty. It's empty and full together. It's empty. There's nothing inside. And yet it's seen that there seems to be bodies and happenings. It's not denying that there seems to be bodies. I'm seeing a face or anything, just like that. This is about unconditional love. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing right. There's just what is going on. There's nothing wrong. And there's nothing right. That's the freedom. Thank you for joining.